What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the next episode of From Prison to Purpose. We are back with an all-time fan favorite. If you follow us on social media, this is probably hands down the guy that you guys ask us about the most. You got to know him in a recovery video we made where he was having to turn himself in after he got clean to go back and pick up the litter he left behind from his addiction, right? Like cleaning up the wreckage of his past. You guys know him best. Some of y'all call him Sexy Red. Some of you call him Pretty Boy Colton. Colton Benz, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me on here. Super excited, Jimmy.
Yeah, you stoked?
Yeah, most
It's a little bit different than the last time, huh?
Yeah.
We didn't have Ty last time.
Yeah, we didn't have Ty. We didn't have all the fancy equipment.
Oh boy, we was bootleg as shit.
Yeah.
Hey, we had an iPhone on a little stand turned sideways.
Yeah.
And now we got the mics and we got the boxes, the cameras, the computers, the social media guy, the banners.
We ready to go.
We're growing.
Yeah.
We're growing.
Growth,
I wanted to take my savings, and this is how good Ty is. And you guys that are listening, you can't see him, but as time goes by, you'll get to know him.
Most definitely.
I was like, Ty, I want to take my savings. I'm going to get the best camera that we can get. And Ty's like, stop, bro.
Chill out.
Stop. You have got the perfect beginner setup because that's what we are. We're a beginning podcast, video cast, and he's been really good, at taking care of stuff. So, and you guys that are listening and following on social media, go check out Ty King, man. He has got a phenomenal story, and someday we'll get him on here, man. He's a real inspiration. So, but today it's about you, man. What's up, Colton?
What's up, Jimmy?
How are you?
I'm good today. I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah. So what's life like since the last time we had you on the show?
I mean, I can't really even describe how every day is, getting better and better for me. Mentally, physically, spiritually. I'm growing every single day.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. The progress you were making is astronomical. Like there was a time, I remember in early recovery, I'm suspectful of all the guys, right? Like I'm watching all of you like a hawk, and I'm like,
you kind of have to be though.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, he's lying me, he's playing me, he's tricking me, and you have really just come out of that side of everything, and you are shining.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us about work, man.
Work is awesome, man. I work for Tyson. I started off just dumping chicken there, you know what I mean? And before you know it, now I'm a lead in the DSI department. So
that's crazy.
I know. He told me that me and Michael were the first, like, we're the quickest ones to move up in this company that fast. Like normally it's like months and months and months before they'll even think about considering you to be in that position.
Yeah.
So for them to be able to see me work, learn who I am, actually care about what's going on outside of work, you know what I mean? And actually having bosses that, talk to us and make sure we're good, and they see our work ethic. So they're like, well, we know that they can handle it. And that's different for me.
Yeah.
Actually having someone, what's the word? They're thankful for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're
instead of worried about you.
Yeah. They trust me,
Yeah. Yeah. So does your employer know that you're a person in recovery?
Oh yeah. They know. My boss, Erica, she knows everything.
And she supports that?
100%.
That's crazy. So for the new viewers and people who this is their first experience with Colton Benz, when did your drug use start?
Okay. Involuntarily at 11,
What do you mean involuntarily?
I kind of walked in the room with my older brother and one of his friends, and they were doing, they were doing a shot, and I was like, what are y'all doing? He's like, come here, I'll show you.
So when you say shot, you mean they were injecting
methamphetamines?
Okay. So they were IV drug using.
Yeah.
And they called you over there at 11 years old.
Well, I kind of just walked in the room, you know what I mean? And surprised them. I was like, oh, what are y'all doing?
And they surprised you back by sticking a needle in you.
Yeah. He was like, come here, I'll show you.
Right. So your life's off to the tracks, right? From there, you're gone. Pew!
Yeah. But prior to that, you know what I mean? I witnessed anything and everything you can think of, with my father.
You had a pretty rough childhood with Dad, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. What was that like?
Horrible.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't think of it that way. I just thought of it that, I have to be there for him. I can't show no weakness because I'm raising my little brother. You know what I mean? Like, because he definitely wasn't being a parent. My mom wasn't in the picture anymore. And it was really just hell, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So how long did your drug use last?
Up until 10 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10 months ago, how many years was that?
Let's see, that's 23 years.
That's how long I used to, 23 years. So for 23 years, you're using and abusing substances, chemicals, alcohol, pills, whatever you can get your hands on.
Anything and everything, women.
Yeah.
Everything.
And so how did you end up getting clean and getting to the next step?
Well, I told myself I was never going to go back to that situation with my dad, but I ended up back there because I had no more resources. I've done burnt every bridge I had nowhere to go. So I went back to where he was at, and just, a few days before I decided that I've had enough, I was just watching him, and I don't know, it was just a clarification in my head. Like, you've been telling yourself your whole life, you're not going to be like him. You're not going to treat your kids how he treated you, and look exactly what you've been doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a clarity moment for me. Like, I see me in everything he's doing.
Yeah.
So, I walked outside and I picked up the phone, and I got a hold of Lake Point Recovery in Russellville and went there.
Yeah. So how long were you in treatment there?
60 days.
60? They let you stay 60? That's longer than normal.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you go from there to getting to me at Next Step?
References.
Yeah,
at Lake Point.
Yeah.
They said they told me about Joseph Cruz
mm-hmm.
and Jimmy McGill's place, Next Step. I didn't even think I was going to get in. You know what I mean?
It's pretty hard to get in Next Step.
Yeah, and
even when we have open beds, like, we're very selective.
It was just, but it really was just my disease telling me. You know what I mean? Like, there ain't no way. You know what I mean?
I feel like there's places that accept people with insurance and people who have the means to get better help, and it's almost like you've got to be the worst of the worst to get to us. Right?
Yeah.
We need guys that don't have the means to get clean any other way. That's the ones that we want. And, we want everybody to find permanent recovery, but
100%.
So you were fighting a charge when you got to us too.
Yeah. Just absconding, you know what I mean? Not reporting, things like that.
Yeah. But they wanted to send you back over that.
Yeah, most definitely.
I remember going to court where so for you guys listening, when Colton was going to court, first thing we had to do was go turn himself in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bonded him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Met the bondsman up there. We got him out. We made a video with the bondsman.
Yeah.
TikToked him. TikToked her. She didn't know what she was getting into, messing with us.
Benton County don't play, man. Them guys are.
No, they've been blowing me up ever since. We got another Next Stepper in there right now.
Really?
Yeah, Damien.
Oh, yeah, Damien did go up there, didn't he?
Yeah, we put money on his books, and I send him emails every day.
Hey, what you did for him, man, that's come on now.
Yeah, we were able to keep him out of prison. We can't do that for everybody, though. No. Sometimes, and that's how I know God's involved in it, right? Like, because sometimes, we were able to keep you out of jail and prison. We were able to keep Damien out of prison, but we weren't able to keep Bruce out of prison. And that sucked. We wasn't able to keep Dalton out of prison. And Dalton was the first guy that once we moved to Clarksville that really just, successfully transitioned and won my heart over, won Chelsea over. And he met, his kid's mom, and he had a beautiful daughter, and he got his own place. And, when somebody's doing that good and you send them to prison, like, you're just on some old school bullshit.
It don't make no sense.
It does not make any sense, right? Like, if the goal is to rehabilitate somebody and they are clearly showing that they are a new person and
they want it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it seems like a suspended sentence or an alternative sentence. Like, we even offered to keep Bruce at Next Step. We said, commit him to us for 24 months. We'll take him.
The prosecutors are just more worried about their conviction rate.
Man, it's so crazy. And well, here's the problem with that, Colton. Is people like you and I have a part to play in that, because the prosecutors, the elected prosecutor, is an official position, right? And they work for the people. We are the people. People in recovery are also the people.
Yeah.
And so when we mobilize, there are 50,000 Arkansans in long-term recovery, just like me and you, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. And a lot of them are under the impression that they can't vote. That's bull crap. You can vote, and I can show you how, and we can get right on down there. And when we mobilize, that is an extremely large digital battle axe.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I mean? And like, if a prosecution is not going to support recovery services, we need to get them out of there.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And if leadership is trying to incarcerate instead of rehabilitate, there's a problem there too. We need to offer more recovery support solutions instead of incarceration solutions. I'm not saying don't hold somebody accountable.
100%.
But we got to be able to program. We got to be able to teach them and reach them in a way that they don't reoffend.
Exactly, because if you just throw them right back into the lion's den, you know what I'm saying? You just take them right back to prison. It's just going to teach them how to be a better criminal.
Yeah.
You know, especially if they're not ready. But someone like Bruce, that's different. Bruce is clear-minded when he went in, and you know, I pray that he's going to be clear-minded when he comes out.
But there's no guarantee.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like Bruce is gone for a little while, and he's going to the department. There is plenty of dope in all three of us in this room right now have done a substantial amount of, like, there is plenty of narcotics to be abused in the Department of Corrections.
100%.
There is less treatment options in prison than you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like, but it's like, I just feel like it's like our government does it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because it just makes them more money each time it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's very costly to the taxpayers.
Yeah. But I feel like they don't really care about the taxpayers. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. So 10 months clean. Talk to me about that 10 months of recovery. What's that looking like, Colton?
Man, I can actually look at myself in the mirror. You know what I mean? I can actually pick up my phone and call my kids if I want.
Yes, dude. We got to talk about that, because in the beginning, when we first got you, there was no hope for you to even be able to talk to your kids or your kids' mama. She hated you and didn't want you anywhere near those babies.
Well, it's not the fact that she hated me per se.
Did I strike a nerve?
No.
Okay. You don't want her to hate you.
She's gonna be listening. She's gonna be like, I don't hate you. So you know, she disliked my decisions.
Why are you blushing? What's her name?
Peyton.
Why is he blushing, Peyton?
Man, she knows why. I tell her all the time, man.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
I mean? Yeah. I mean, you know, she just didn't like the decisions that I made during my addiction, you know.
There's what a story that would be.
I mean, I told her that, you know, the other day on the phone, I'm like, you know, I'm very grateful for the kind of person you are and the kind of mother you are, that you denied me access when I wanted access in my addiction, because the only thing I would have done is cause more damage and more trauma.
Yeah. She saved them by denying you.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
And I love her for that.
She's beautiful too, man.
She's gorgeous.
How'd you pull her? Man,
you know, we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Her mom was my preschool teacher. Yeah, it's crazy.
Kindergarten romance.
Promise.
And how many kids do you guys have?
We have 3.
3 kids.
Yeah, Jaylee, Presley, and Oliver.
So she's got 3 children with the same dad, and you have 3 children by the same mom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty unusual. Most people that have 3 kids have 2 or 3 different babies' dad, or 3 or 4 babies' moms, you know. So is there any hope for you and Peyton? Is that even something I need to dive into? Or
I mean, you can dive into it.
I mean, Peyton, if you're listening, the fact that we can openly talk about that on the air shows that he's not chasing no dirty leg girls.
No, I promise you. You know, I feel like if God wants it to happen, God will allow it to happen.
And if it's not of God, you don't want it anyway, bro, because it'll fail from jump.
Yeah, but she most definitely is.
Yeah. I mean, so where did what? Without revealing too much detail, let me just not ask where, but how far away do they reside?
Not far. The other side of Little Rock. Bryant.
Okay.
Not far at all.
And that's, yeah, you never know I would say that I've seen the impossible happen in recovery time and time again, Colton.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw people get sentenced to prison and never have to go do a day of it.
Come on.
I saw people be fully pardoned that were the epitome of the criminal justice system. I saw people on parole share the stage with the governors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's no ceiling to the possibilities when a person finds a new way to live through a process of recovery. This is where lost dreams become reality.
And I'm seeing that every day.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
seeing
living
that
it.
every, yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, not just me, but everybody at the house too, man. I mean, it's how God works is unexplainable.
Next step hits different, don't
I
it, man?
promise you it does, man. I've been to 7 rehabs.
Yeah.
I've been to 7. I've been to one other transitional living place. And next step is by far the, I mean, it's, you really, you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple as that. You got free reign to do what you want.
You can hang yourself or free yourself.
Exactly. Hang yourself or free yourself. But you and Chelsea offers you offer everything, the whole toolbox for us to fix our car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all do. And
what do you think's different about Next Step than other places?
The love.
Yeah.
The support.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think other treatment like with you, me and Chelsea literally bailed you out of jail. Like we spent money to get you out, signed it, and brought you home. You know, I don't see other directors doing that.
You're so involved with us, man. So is Chelsea. Y'all are so into everything that we're doing. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, we got 38 badass kids.
That's no lie.
Hey, that's no lie. And you know, another thing I think that we do really different is the money, the bed fees. That, you know, that's how we stay operational.
Yeah.
But a lot of that we turn around. People say we're reckless because we'll never, you know, you're never gonna grow. Well, you know,
they obviously ain't been watching.
Yeah, they haven't been paying attention, had they? We take a lot of the money, a lot of the times, and we put it right back in. It's like you and John. I just bought you guys plane tickets to take you to a national conference because
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, well, it's about igniting the spark of hope so that you become the next Jimmy McGill.
Yeah,
John can become the next, you know, Jimmy McGill, the next J.D. Skelton, the next Mary Beth Hill, right? Like this is about the next generation of leadership. What happens when me and Chelsea are too old to do this? You know, we gotta have people that we can pass the torch to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, and I feel like other rehabs and other reentries, it's so cookie cutter. Does that make sense? Like they just follow a certain procedure.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in that. You know what I'm saying? Like you said one time or the other day or today about, you know, it's physical, mental, and spiritual. You know what I'm saying? It's all three, and we have to have all three aspects, you know, in our program. And you by far have
you can't
over the top delivered all three of those.
You can't just address, like, if it's balance, right?
Yeah.
Like, so if you're putting 50% into the spiritual, then you've only got 25 to put into learning how to combat the mental, you know, combat the physical. And addiction is all those things. It is a mental obsession. It is a physical compulsion. And at the core of that is a spiritual malady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the truth.
And you know, and the classes you provide that we get to come up here and do when you know, your partnership with Safe Haven. I mean,
Safe Haven's heavy, man. Safe Haven is a game changer for us because it provides free counseling.
With you, my sponsor, and my counselor, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, I love Anna. You know, she has helped me in a lot of different ways.
Is she the blonde-headed lady?
She's a Hispanic woman.
Anna. Okay. I don't guess I've met her.
Yeah, she's
I mean, I've probably met her, but
yeah. I mean, she's not light. She's heavy. You know what I mean? She digs and digs and digs and makes me talk about things, makes me reveal things. Like it's after like the first couple sessions with her, I was like, man, who is this trying to make? You know what I mean? But the more and more I actually let her in and started trusting her, I mean, it's just.
Yeah. So it's like you're living in a holistic approach to your substance use disorder, right? Like you've got your faith, you've got a drug counselor, you've got a sponsor, you've got a mentor, you've got two people that act as if they're parents and love you. You've got structure, you've got assistance and support. Like I can see where, like if you don't benefit at Next Step, you don't want it,
It's your own
dude.
fault.
Yes.
It's your own fault.
But, and a lot of people don't make it. You know what I mean?
Don't.
You know, and all they got to do is go watch the videos. The guys who suddenly disappear,
that they just
clearly
they just weren't ready, man.
Well, how do you deal with that? Because like recently I had the canine come out there and we found stuff.
Insane.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people aren't there to stay sober. So how do you deal with roommates who are not on the same thing you're on?
Man, it's very hard sometimes. You know what I mean? Because for some reason, God gave me a heart the size of this room, and I love everybody.
Save them all.
I love everybody the same. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I have to realize that, you know, everybody's not here for the same reason I'm here. Some people are here just to appease other people. Some people are here just because they're court ordered. Some people are just here because they ain't got nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to do those things, you know, at the house, even if it's your own medication, it don't matter. If you're going to do those things in a controlled environment, the minute you leave, you're going to do something else. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go right back to that. And I can't have that around me. I mean, as much as, you know, I'm one of the guys I was really close to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I can't have that around me at all.
Yeah.
I don't want it around me.
I told the guys yesterday that if somebody brings some dope and pulls some dope out around you, you need to look at them like they just pulled a pistol on you. They are trying to kill you.
Jimmy, if someone did some shit like that, you probably go, I mean, I don't know what I would do. I know I wouldn't do it, but I'm talking about like, you know, I couldn't promise you I wouldn't get physical with them.
Yeah.
You know, because they're not just putting my life at risk. They're putting everybody's life at risk.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, 10 months clean. So when do you get a year?
February 23rd.
February 23rd.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy to even say, Jimmy.
Yeah. So that's 7 days before that's 4 days before my clean date.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Right on. And John's is the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys excited about the re-entry conference?
Oh, I'm stoked, man.
I noticed you posted your plane ticket, blasted me on how much money I spent.
I didn't mean to do that. I went back up there and took it down. You know.
Yeah.
I was just excited, you know.
Yeah, you could crop the picture and still post it.
I didn't think about, you know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Certain aspects of it. Anna's like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
So I just took it down. But yeah, I'm stoked, man. Any kind of thing like that I can go and be a part of and experience and learn from, I'm trying to soak it up like a sponge. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I enjoy going to meetings. I enjoy going to my groups. I enjoy going to work every day. But getting to do something like that, it's phenomenal, man. I ain't never got to experience anything like that.
It's prison to purpose, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's your goal, Colton? What's your long-term goal? What do you want life to look like in 5 years from now?
I mean, stability, man. I want to be able to say, this is mine. I have my own place. Still have a full-time job. I have my own car. I have a bank account with money in it. You know, I'm able to buy my kids stuff when they want stuff, or I'm able to buy my mom something whenever, you know, and it's really not even just about the money. It's about, you know, having those relationships, you know, fixed in my life where I can have my people back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I want. Like I want my people back in my life. You know, all this other stuff is not, I mean, it'll come to me.
So when you say your people,
my family, you know what I'm saying? My mom, my brothers, my sister, my kids, Peyton. I knew you'd deal with that. You know?
Oh, it's okay, man. I can tell you this. If Chelsea was not in my life and was still a part of my life, boy, I'd be begging like my name was Keith Sweat.
I promise you.
I'm trying to get it.
I mean,
I'm trying to get it. I need you, mama. Come home.
Yeah.
Let me come home. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you get to see the kids like physically yet?
FaceTime.
Yeah,
she wants to see me get a year. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I respect that. She wants
Boy,
to see
that's
me
solid though.
She's like, you get a year and I'll bring them to see you. You can come see them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's going to be such an emotional day for all of us.
I know. It's going to be.
I hope it doesn't happen when Chelsea's up here. Oh my gosh. She is going to cry. And, you know, when you form a relationship with with the guys like we have with you, Colton. It's like we're living it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your accomplishments, we're celebrating them too. Your hardships, they're hurting us too.
Hey man, hey look, and the tables have turned with that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Your success is. I look up to that so much, man. That's why I consider you my mentor. You know what I mean? Like I do want to be like you.
Oh, thank you.
I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, let's hope you don't get the fat size of me.
I'll be fine with being. Hey, what they say?
I need to start going to the CrossFit, but y'all, I'm starting to feel like a hard-boiled egg on legs, man.
Yeah, I was talking to Peyton last night, and she was like, "How much you weigh now?" And I told her, and she's like, "Shit, I remember I got pictures of you when you weighed 130 pounds." I'm like,
scrawny.
God bless,
a little bitty.
Yeah,
looked like a stick with some skin.
Yeah, it was. She said,
and then had the audacity to think you was the flyest thing since an airplane.
I'm telling you, you couldn't tell me nothing, bro.
Dope, man. It's the perception, man. Like it's crazy. We running around here thinking we're Goldie, the Mac.
Yeah,
you know, flyest thing in the city, and you ain't took a bath in 6 days.
Come on,
your socks peeling off of you.
Yeah, ain't stopped.
Ain't brushed your teeth in a week. And running around like, you doing? You know, it's
crazy.
Thank God that I am clean and no longer living in that chaos, man.
Man, I thank God every single day.
I bet.
All day long.
You got a good life, man.
I do.
About to get your driver's license too?
I mean, it's reinstated. I just got to go pay $100. But, you know, the reason why I have not done that yet is because I'm not ready for that type of freedom yet. I'm not ready for that yet.
Self-awareness, man.
And I know that, you know what I'm saying? Because the last time I tried this, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple months clean, got my license back, got my car, just like that.
Yeah.
I started fucking up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know myself, and God will tell me when He wants me to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the opportunity will present itself.
Yeah.
But I think sooner than later, because I think we need help around the house transporting. So
yeah, we do. It's getting pretty rough.
I think I might go pay it Monday so I can start helping out.
All right, you see that camera right there?
Yeah.
I need you to look right there, Cole.
Okay.
And whatever's on your heart, whatever you want to tell the newcomer, the guy still struggling, whatever message, I need you to know that everything that you ever went through has purpose and meaning, and it could have very well been for this moment right here, so that whoever's watching can hear what you got to say.
Man, you just got to want it, you know. I heard this thing one time, you know, recovery led me to God, but God led me to recovery. You know what I mean? And you just have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort. You have to have the desperation to really want this. You know, it's not easy to do. Every day's hard. I struggle with it every single day, but I want it. You know what I mean? And until you get that desperation, you know, you're just going to keep repeating the same cycle. So you just got to want it, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Colton, thanks for coming on, man.
Of course.
It's been an awesome show. It was fun to catch up with you, and I'm sure that people are going to have questions. If you have questions for Colton Benz, man, please type them in the comment sections, and he will go answer them. I may call him back on the show. We might formulate a list of questions. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in to From Prison to Purpose. Please go follow us on all streaming platforms, Spotify, iTunes. Long-form content of these videos are on YouTube at Prison to Purpose. Facebook at Jimmy McGill Live. Please go follow, like, and subscribe. And we love you.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
You've been listening to From Prison to Purpose with Jimmy McGill. Please subscribe on any of the major podcasting platforms and on YouTube at Prison to Purpose. This podcast is produced by Ty King with American Business Engine and executive producer Jimmy McGill. For more information, visit us at jimmymcgill.org.